I'm Yours by Jason Mars is one of my absolute favorite, and it brings me immense joy to give you this song in a form of guitar tutorial. My name is Anjal Singh, and I bring you this song not only as a song but as a gateway into the level 3 kind of songs. So if level 1 and 2 is where you have been most of your guitar playing life, then trust me, this song makes those level 3 kind of songs doable. I've tried to keep the start of the song fairly simpler so that as you build more and more confidence as you go into the song, the level 3 kind of things actually feel like something worth learning or doing. We have one main technique that we will be talking that will go throughout the song, which kind of bridges the gap between the level 2 and level 3 kind of songs. My job here today is to make sure that you can learn this song just like that. So without wasting any more time, let's dive right into this tutorial and see how the song goes. Before we start, we are going to have a capo on the 4th fret of the guitar, and everything that you see will be with respect to the capo on the 4th fret. The guitar is in standard tuning, and there is only one technique that you want to keep in mind, that's the slap for the song. So the slap basically happens when the side of the thumb hits the top 2 bass strings like that. Okay, so when you hit it like that, you will hear the strings hitting the fretboard behind it, and it gives you that nice little slappy sound. For the fingers, you always want to kind of keep it on the first 2 and 3 strings so that when you do the slap, if you ever have to pluck right away, you have it. Or let's say you just plucked something and then you're slapping, just make sure the fingers are still in a playing position. You don't want to ever close your hand like that. Okay, so the fingers are always free, kind of ready to play depending on what kind of slap you're doing. If it's a slap and play, then the fingers stay on the strings. If you just played and it's slapping, just make sure the fingers are closer to where it is supposed to be. Okay, now that we have that sorted, let's dive into the first line of the song. Goes something like this, super duper slow. We have let's break that down. We start with a G major shape. So basically for the G, we are just using the bottom 2 strings, first and second string, and the top, that's the 6th string. So first finger you can kind of take it off if you want, or just hold a G chord. We're gonna pluck the first and the second string, and we're gonna slide it into the 5th fret like that. So we have, and then you go back to the G shape and you're just doing top string first and second. Okay, so together this is, then you do a slap and you do 3-3 twice. You again do the slap. Let's just do that much first. Okay, so we have slide, G, slap, 3-3, slap. Okay, you do it again, the 3 and 3s with the top string, you do the slap, you do 3 one more time, and then you're sliding again. Okay, so from the slide to the slide, super slow. Okay, after that you go into the D chord, you again do the chord, 4th string this time, first and second, slap, chord, bottom 2, slap, again just the chord, slap, just the chord. Okay, so you'll start to see a lot of similarities into how it goes. Up till here, from the start. do a slide from 3 and 2 on the D chord. So basically you're just doing the second and third string. You're gonna pluck those and you're gonna slide it 2 frets up. Okay, simple as that. So instead of sliding the bottom 2 notes, now we're sliding the second and third string notes from the D. So you have 3 and 2 here, which goes up to 5 and 4. And you go into E minor shape. This time you're doing the 5th string for the E. It just sounds nicer to me. You do slap, again twice, slap, you again do the chord, slap, and 1 time chord. Okay, up till here from the start, super duper slow. Now you do kind of 0 1 on the second string. So you play the 0, you do a hammer on into the 1 like that, and then you make a C chord shape. Okay, so you have like that. So you have this slap, C chord. So just doing the 5th string, 2nd string, and 3rd string. You do the slap twice again. Okay, just kind of the same thing again. Okay, so just for the C part, it is like that. Okay, so if I just play everything back, super duper slow. Okay, goes like this. Again, it's very similar. The movement is like slide, slap, chord, chord, slap, chord, slap, chord, chord, slide, chord, slap, chord. So if you can understand that, you should be able to play this part. Okay, so it's just 4 chords. You have a G, you go to D, you have an E minor, then the C. Super easy chords. Let's play it back, super duper slow. We have very good. Now if you want, you can complicate those a little bit more to sound much closer to the song, but like I said, it will be an easy start before we actually get there. Okay, so that takes you to the next line of the song. Goes something like this, super duper slow, super duper easy. We have let's break that down. So we start with the 2nd string open. We have 2nd string open, slap it, you do 3rd string twice, slap, 3rd string, slap, and the 2 kind of comes quicker this time. So you have like that. After that, you again have 2nd string. This time you go to the 4 on the 4th string. You can do 4, 0, 2 on the 2nd string. Sorry, 3rd string. Again 2nd string open. 3rd string twice. You have 2 on the 4th. 4th string open. Now when I did that thumb slap, do you see I'm slapping it in a way that the 4th string just comes under my thumb. So it's easy for me to just slap and play right away. Okay, so it's 2, slap, 4th string open. You do 3. Again for the 5th string, you will see I slapped and I kind of made sure that the 3 was the very next note I will get. Okay, and then I slap again, and I again can make a whole C chord if you want, and you just do top string and the 2nd string, sorry, 5th string and the 2nd string. You do slap, 0 again will come a little quick like that, and then you just go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now a lot of this I basically read it to you. Okay, the reason is there's not a lot happening in this song. It's a note slap, note, note slap, note slap. Again, when you zoom out, you look at how the flow of these things are, it's much easier to understand and play. Okay, the only takeaway from this part is that when you slap, make sure that the slap lands for the next string you want to pluck, especially as the note moves into the bass strings. Super helpful as you get into more level 3 kind of songs. Okay. This entire line one more time, super duper slow. We have. Very good. The next line kind of goes very similar to this. I'll just play it to you. Goes like. Okay, so the only change happens at the very end. Okay, so all the way to the 3, it was the same thing. So after that 3, you did that 3, you do the slap, then you have 3 2. Okay, like that. So remember I told you can just have a C chord. So it's basically a C chord, but without the first finger, since that hammer on will be coming pretty quick. Okay, so if I play you from bar number 22, we have second string open, third string twice, make sure the thumb is ready for the 2, slap, again 0, the thumb is ready, you slap, the thumb is again ready, you slap, the thumb is again ready for the 3 2, like that, and then you do second string open and you hammer on with that 1. So you have, you do the slap, and then you can just take your hand off for the last second and third string open. Okay, so that's the only new addition for this line. So mostly it's the same thing, only the last part changes a little. And as you go more into the song, same things will come back again, only the last part, maybe some variation here and there. Okay, that takes you to the next line that you really have to learn. Goes like this, super duper slow again. It's still easy up till here, don't worry. So we have. Okay, let's break that down. So kind of same what you just did, but this time we have a different melody line going on. Okay, notes wise, we start with second and third string open, slap, second third string open, slap, fourth string. Now always remember, whenever your bass note slaps come, the thumb is always landing where you need it. Okay, you gotta practice that. Okay, make sure that you have some kind of control with where that thumb is gonna land. One more time, we have second and third string open, slap, third string, slap, fourth string, slap, second and third. Now you have 2 on the third string, you're playing that with the fourth string open. So now you can see we have started to add in some bass notes because things are about to get a little complicated, not too much. Okay, so we have 2 and 0, slap, you do 4 on the fourth, 0 on the fourth. Now this time when you do that 0, it's like slap and the 2 kind of comes right away. Okay, so you have from the 2 0, like that, and then you just do third string open, 2 on the fourth string, 2 and 0, this time third string is open, then you have 3 on the top, sorry, fifth, you again have that C shape, you're playing the fifth, second and third, and then you do 3 followed by second and first string open, second and third string open. Okay, so this part is like that. Okay, and to end it we again do slap, and you do, so it's fourth string open, hammer onto the 2 and the 0 on the third string. Now you understand how precise this thumb has to be because it went. Okay, so that thumb just picks the note on the way out. Okay, now the reason I keep saying you have to be precise with the thumb is because the song is quick. Okay, right now we are playing it at a slower pace, but these things can feel kinda quick. Okay, so this one line one more time from the start, super duper slow, we have. Very well done. That takes you to the next line of the song. Goes something like this, super duper slow. We have. Okay, now I understand it can look scary. So what is happening now is that so far for me to dumb things down for you song wise is to start taking out those bass notes, those harmony sections and stuff like that. But as the bass notes starts to come in, the song starts to feel more complicated. Okay, but now that you have a general feel of the song, even though there are some bass notes coming in, trust me, you will still pull it off. Okay, so this line, let's break it down. We start with 3 on the top string. Okay, so we do that 3. You want to keep that 3 there because the 3 is coming back again. So you have 3 on the top, slap, and you're doing third on the top, then you have fourth string, third string. Okay, so you have like that. Okay, so 6 4 3 right after the slap, so you have, and you do that twice, and again that thumb has to be really precise. So you gotta understand, if that's my top string, that's gonna happen. So instead of slapping like that, the thumb kind of starts to slap more towards the up. Okay, so you have, you can do the thumb, and this time you do 2 with the middle finger on the third string. Okay, so up till that 3 and 2 you have, okay, so after that you just do slap and 0, and as that 2 happens, you can kind of start taking that ring finger also off now. Okay, so on that 0, the entire hand is basically off, so you have, like that. Okay, so the hand is off, and now you're getting ready to catch the 4 with the pinky. Okay, now the reason for pinky is because you don't want to kind of like destabilize or relocate your hand from where you are supposed to be. If you use any other finger, that means there is an extra movement included now, and you will have to move right now. You might get it, but then you have to move out again. So it's good practice that we always keep our fingers super saturated. So 1 is for the first fret, mostly this for the second, third and fourth. You move it around, same idea, every finger gets a fret. So we have 4 on the fourth string, followed by 3 with the ring finger on the second string. So you have like that. So you have 4 3 slap. You can do fourth string open, but you hammer on with the same 4 that you were holding. So it's like okay, followed by third string open, slap, fourth and third, okay, this part from the 4-3, okay, one more time, very good. That takes you to first and third string open, slap, followed by second and third string open, and then you have 0 on the top, 2 on the fourth, third string open, and you slap. Okay, so this part you have 0 on the top again, a little pause, and then you do 2 and 0 on the fourth and third string, slap followed by 2 again, and 0 0 on the second and third string. Okay, so this part is okay, and for the last part you just do slap and the 1 0, okay, and you slap again. Okay, so everything together up till here. Okay, then we just have 3 on the fifth string, 3 2 0. Okay, so that 3 is on the top, like a C chord again basically, and you're doing fifth string, fourth string, third string. Okay, so you do 3, slap, 3 2 0, slap, 3 again. This time we have something like this. Okay, so it's like, so that first zeros are the longer notes, okay, and we are hammering on the 2s on it. Okay, so we have, and then we come all the way up till the 12th fret with respect to the capo, so 14th of the guitar, and you just do a slight harmonic on it. Okay, harmonic wise, you're just slightly touching the string, you strum, and you just take the finger off at the same time. Okay, so this line very slowly from the start you have. Well done. This takes you to the next line of the song. Again, we are keeping things a little intense. Goes like this, super duper slow. We have. Break that down. We start again with the 3 on the top string. You do that twice. You do slap. Again, you want to keep that 3 there for some time, so you have the 3 there. Slap. You do third string, the same 3, third string again. Okay, you have. Okay, and that slap kind of leads into that. Okay, so again with that slap, like I said, the finger should be always ready to, play on their respective strings. So you have, after that you do third string with the sixth string together, and you do again top string, this time followed by 2 with the first middle finger on the third string. Okay, so this is, okay, you have slap, second string open. Okay, again remember that the finger are always ready to pluck. Okay, so you have, Then you do 3 on the top string again. You can take the middle finger off by now, and you want to add pinky for the 3 on the second string. Okay, followed by 4th string open. Okay, so up till here from the start, super slow. Okay, after that you have 4th string and 3rd string open. Okay, and you can see that 3 can go off now. Okay, so you want to slap the 3 like that. So basically what is happening now is you're doing that slap, but with the slap this time you're letting the fingers strum, and you want to control what string you want to strum up to. Now when I say up to, just make sure the note you want to hear is the highest note. Because it's an acoustic guitar, the highs are always higher. That means if you're ever going to strum something, and let's say I hit that 1st string, that's the note you're always gonna hear. I just go to 2nd string, then you hear that. I go only to 3rd string. Okay, so basically you wanna really control it, what you wanna hear. Okay, so you have strum with the slap, and you're trying to hear for that 3. Another way to get that 3 more clean is to just touch the 1st string a little bit, so that you don't hear it even if you hit it by mistake. Okay, not all for it, but that's something you can again do. So you did 4th string, 3rd string, you want to slap and strum the 3 like that, and you want to do a pull off from there. So you have like that. Okay, okay, then you again do the 3, this time with the 4th string open, and again do the pull off. Okay, so this bar so far is okay. Understand that? Okay, so after that we basically have the 3 on the 2nd string. You do the 3 again and slide into the 5, and then you just do that again, slap and strum on the 2nd string open. Okay, and you end that with 2 on the 3rd, 2nd string open. So if I just play you this part from the start, super slow, you have okay. After that we basically have top string open twice, followed by a slap and strum again. Trying to avoid the 1st string as such, you have 0, 3 on the 2nd, followed by 1 and 0 on 2nd and top string, like that. So you have, then we just add 0, 2, do a slap, and do 3rd string open, 6th string open. Okay, so this, if I play them together from the 2 zeros, you have go to the C chord. Okay, so you have the C, you have the 3 again on the top, you slap and strum without that 1st finger, so you get that 0 zeros. One more time. Then you have 3, 2, 0, kind of the chord again. Okay, so you're doing 5th string, 4th string, 3rd string right after that. Okay, you do 3 again, you do 0 on the 4th string, 0 on the 5th string, 0 on the 4th string. So just the last part from the C. Okay, so if I play you this back again super duper slowly, this line goes like. Well done. This takes you to the next line of the song before things get easier for you again. Okay, goes like this. Okay, now I can already tell that you kind of understand why this is at level 3. Okay, so things are moving a little quicker now, getting a little bit more intense now, but trust me, it's very similar to the line you just learned, maybe easier even. Okay, and again, like I said, it's in between song, like a gateway. That means next line you'll be happy again. Okay, so this line, pair with me, we start with the 3 on the top string, this time with the third string 0 as well. So it's very similar to what we did, but this time we have a lot many notes. Okay, so it's the same thing but just with few more notes. So we start with top string 3 and third string open. You do third string again, you do 3 on the top, and you do third string open again. Slap, you do third string again open, 3 on the top, third string open. Okay, so the start is very slowly. Okay, one more time. And you kind of do the same thing again for first half of it. So again the 3 with the 0, 0 on the third, 3 on the top, 0 on the third, and you slap, go into the 2 for the third string, you do 3 again on the top, and you do second and third string open. Okay, and when you do that last part, you can kind of take that 3 off. This much from the start. Okay, one more time. Now we follow it with fourth string open. You do the D chord basically, but we just have 3 and 2. You do D again, the string, and you do slap. Okay, so you have. Okay, after that you do 3 2 twice, and on the third time you slide into the 5 and 4 like that. Okay, so up till the slide, if I do it, you have. Okay, then you again do the slap and strum, 2 0 on the second string and third string. So 2 is on the third string, second string open. So from the slide you have. Okay, like that. Then you have top string open twice, followed by the slap. This time, the moment you do the slap, the 3 kind of comes right away. So you have like that. Okay, so that 3 happens on the second string, followed by top string open, second and third string together. Okay, so this bar, you do again the top string open, you do third string open, hammer on the 2, second string open, play the 2 again, but this time pull it off back to the 0. Okay, so you have. Then you have top string open, third string open. Okay, so from the 0 0, if I play it super duper slow, you have. Then you go into a C chord, do 3 again, you do the slap, 3, second and third string open. You play 4th and 3rd string. You're already holding the 2 there. You do 3 on the top, 5th. Take that middle finger off, do 4th string open. And as you do that 4th string, you want to kind of start keeping your middle finger on the 3rd string 2nd fret and add that 1st finger on the 4th string 1st fret. So we are basically going into this little shape now. We have 3 on the 5th, 1 on the 4th, 2 on the 3rd, and 2nd string is open. You give it a nice little strum without playing the 1st string. You play 2 afterwards. Okay, and you can kind of just arpeggio that same thing again, like that. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. From the C, if I go super slow, you had. Okay, so if I play everything back together, again this line can be a little bit confusing, the last 2 lines to be honest, but if I play everything back together super duper slow, goes like. Very well done. Now see, the last 2 lines you gotta really get a good hang of, because I need you to understand it's a quick song. That means we are running with the stuff. You understand that? Like it's quick. Okay, so you gotta get a good hang of it. Make sure you can keep up as you get more and more into the song. Okay, but on the bright side, the last few lines are coming back that you really liked, goes like. Okay, so we're already happy with this line, goes exactly the same. Okay, so this is the only new part. Like I said, mostly will be same, just little difference here or there. So you do the 3, slap, you have the C chord, you do the slap, you do the 3-0. Okay, I think April here is the same. Then instead of slapping and doing that, this time we are doing just 2 times. So you play the 2 on the 3rd string, pull it off and do it again. So from the C, if I play it, like that, and you start again. Again, same stuff. Okay, this time instead of doing another 2-0, we are already holding that 3, we do 3-0 instead. Okay, so you have last part again from the C. Okay, now this much I think you should be able to play fairly nicely now, but that takes you to yet another line. I know it has a lot of lines, but we are in level 3 territory now. Okay, next line goes something like this, super duper slow. We have. It's such a nice line. Let's break it down. We start with the 3rd string open, followed by 2 on the 3rd string. You have a slap and strum on the 0, second string. Okay, so you have, then you have 3 on the second string, 0 on the second string only. So you can actually do a pull off from there, okay, or you can pluck it, kind of your choice. So you have, okay, then you have first string open, third on the second string, and you do slap and do the 0 on the second string again. You have to be super precise with it so you don't end up hitting the first or the second string instead. Okay, so from the start up till the slap you have, so we are just gonna add third string second fret and second string open. After that you have 3-1, kind of a pull off, and then you want to do a slap into that 0 of the second string. So you have, so you can also do kind of to get the sound if you just want to do the slap and not do the strum here, but it's a slap and strum. Okay. Okay, let's do the last few notes also. So you have 2 on the third string, pull it off to the 0, and 2 on the fourth string. So up till here, if I play it kinda slow, you have, okay, one more time. Okay, now a lot of the level 3 songs will have this slap and strum going on for you. So this is the song for you to kind of get started with that stuff. Okay, next part, we have 0, 3, 1 on the third string with the slap, 2, 0 on the third. Okay, so that 1 is with the slap, you pull off with that same strum. Okay, so you have, and then 2, 0 is just third string 2. Then you have 3 on the fifth string, you do 0 on the fourth, okay, and you hammer on the 2, followed by 0 with the slap. Okay, so this time again you want to be precise with that down strum. You don't want to hit anything else, because then, trust me, it's not the sound. So you really want to stop the strum on that third string. Okay, you hear that? That's how precise I need you to be. Okay, let's go back a little bit from the 0, 3, 1, 0. After that, you do fifth string, fourth and third together, again fifth string, so you're already holding all the notes. You do third string open, 2 on the fourth, and you do a hammer on pull off on the third string. Okay, and all of this, the ring finger never moved. So this part you have, then you again go back to that same chord shape that we did, a little slow strum, you do the 2, you arpeggio that, and this time we have this. So we have a hammer on pull off on 0, 3, 0 for the second string, 2, 0 pull off on the third, and fourth string open by itself. Okay, so this last part, very good. If I put everything together, go super duper slow for you, this line goes like. Very well done. This takes you to the next line. Now we're kind of coming towards the end of the song, so yippee. But last line, last few lines of the song goes something like this, very similar to what you did before. We have break that down. Again, kind of similar to what we have done before. We start again with the 3 on the top string twice. You do the slap, you slide 3 to 5, and then you do pull off from 3-0, 2-0 pull off. Okay, so we have okay, then we again have a slap and strum on the 3rd string, and we wanna hammer on the 2 on it right after. So you have followed by 2nd string open, 3 1 0 all pull off. Okay, so you have from the start you do a slap and strum on the 2 on the 3rd string, followed by 3rd string open, top string open, 2nd string open, top string open. You do 3 slap on the 1 of the 2nd string, pull off, 2 pull off on the 3rd string. So we have done this before, okay? Okay. After that, this part also kind of like the previous line. Okay, this time it's much easier. We just do the slap. We have 3rd string open, 4th string open. We again make the same chord, give it a slow strum, followed by 2 on the 3rd. Okay, you're already holding everything. So second half is kind of a repetitive or repetition of what we have done. Okay, but this much, this line, one more time, super duper slow, you have. Very good. This takes you to the one final line that we really have to learn for this song. Goes something like this, super duper slow. We have. Okay, let's break this down. We start by sliding into 7 and 8 from 6 and 7 on the 1st and 2nd string. So you want to use the first 2 fingers like that. You want to play it with the 3rd string open. So we are doing 1st, 2nd and 3rd string kind of together. And you slide into the 7 and 8 like that. So we have, okay, you do the slap, 3 and 3 with the 1st finger, 1st and 2nd string, slap, you do 3 and 2, or you can just make a D chord if it's easier. You're doing 2nd and 3rd string together, slap, and you go into the 7 and 7 again, and you slap. Okay, so far everything together. Okay, next part. We have 3 and 3 on the 1st and 2nd string. You play that with the 4th string, and you're sliding into the 5th fret like that, followed by, again you can just hold a D chord, do 1st and 2nd string, slap, 2nd and 3rd string. Okay, I like to do it like this, but kind of your choice, and you slide again. Okay, so slide to slide you have. Okay, then you have again 3 and 3, slap, 3 and 3, slap. You just kind of take your finger off and make it a 3 and 0. 0 is on the first string, and you can again go back to the 3 and 3, and you go into a C chord. Okay, so this much from the slide. Okay, then you have 8 on the first string, 7 on the first string, and then you do 5 and 3, but with the slap. Okay, so you did the 8, 7, and then the 5, 3 is the slap. Okay, so like that. One more time. Very good. If I put all of this together, play it super duper slow, it goes something like this. We have. Okay, and again that slap comes with the strum. Okay, so that you can have that 5 2 3 pull off right away. After that, our favorite kind of lines come back. So you again have okay, so everything is the same, only at the end we have a little change. That's the only change. So you did that C, okay, so all of this we have done this before, right? You go back to that middle finger with the C, and you just do 5th string, 4th string, 3rd string open, and a G chord. Okay, so that's your end basically. So if I just play the end part one more time, you have and that will actually complete this song for you. Now that we have completed all of this, it's time for you to head into the play along of this song. But before you do that, make sure every section, every line is very good. And in case you feel like you need a little more practice with anything at all, I highly suggest you to just go back, practice it a little bit more, and then come back to this section of this video. But if you feel like everything is already good, great, then let's dive right into this play along and see how you do. I really hope that you were able to play this entire song in its entirety and that you had a fun time doing so. But again, in case you still have any doubts, any queries, suggestions, or even song requests, then please do feel free to drop a comment right there in the comment box below so that it may get conveyed to me. Now, if you really like this video, then please do feel free to hit that thumbs up button, as it really motivates me to make more such content for you. And if you wanna see more of me, then as we all know, that subscribe button is your way to go, and I'll be back with more fun and easy to learn songs made specially for you. For today, this is it. Have a great day ahead. Take care. Bye bye.